Hello everyone, welcome to Tielas Natural Soaps and all things pampered, healing your mind, body, and soul one person at a time. Welcome to my YouTube channel. Don't forget to like and subscribe to that. Thank you very much. And click that button. Today in the studio, I will be making some batches of soap. Well, I'm not actually going to make the soap, but I'm measuring it out because I have a lot of events coming up this spring. So I want to start measuring things out now. So when I make my soaps, all I have to do is add my lye water. So in the next couple of weeks, I will be trying to make at least 30 pounds of soap a week. So let me see if I can get this down so you can see it. And so what I do, I have my scale here. So I like to tare this to 0. And I do have a basic soap recipe. Most of my soaps have the same ingredients, except when I'm adding botanicals or milk, coconut oil, then the change in the lye to water ratio will also change. But my basic recipe is the coconut oil, shea butter, olive oil, palm oil. Sometimes I may put a little bit of Himalayan salt in there if I'm making a deep pore cleansing bar soap, or like if I'm making my black soap or my coconut soap. So I'm going with my basic recipe at this time, and this is recipe is for a little over 15 pounds of soap. So I have my pot here. Well, actually, I'm going to put them in the bucket because I'm going to store the bucket. And I save these buckets because they come with lids. Not all of them, but so what I do is I tare, make sure you always tare it to 0 so you can get the accurate reading. So at this time, I will be putting in my palm oil since I have it here already. And I'm doing 33 ounces of palm oil. Make sure I'm in the ounces. And yes, I have washed my hands and cleaned underneath my nails. I use gloves a lot of times, but sometimes with working with the oils, it gets slippery. So I didn't put the gloves on. Oops. So I'm going to do 2 pounds because 2 pounds is actually 32 ounces, and I'm doing 33. So I'm going to do 2 pounds, 1 ounce. Okay, I'm almost there. I'm at 33. I'm at 28 ounces right now. Hopefully I can scrape this. Let me see if I can get a rubber scraper. And then that way I don't have to open up another bucket of palm oil. Because you want your measurements to be accurate. If you don't measure out your ingredients per your particular directions, it can make or break your soap. If you add too much oil and you're not weighing the oils and everything, your oils and butters correctly, and you don't change your water to lye ratio, your soap can come out really soft. You may have to like cook it down and rebatch it, or it would take a longer time to actually harden up, or never hard. And I like my soaps to be hard and last longer. So it looks like I might have to open up another bucket of palm oil. Yep, I'm 3 ounces short. Yep, so I'm going to open up another bucket of palm oil. You don't need to see that. Okay, I finally got my palm oil open. So I'm going to do 2.3 ounces. 2 pounds, 3 ounces. I'm sorry. There you go. And then up next will be my coconut oil. And I need 33 ounces of my infamous coconut oil. This is always difficult to get this coconut oil out here. Look, I gotta zero this out. Nothing worse than measuring and forgot to zero out and try to figure out and do your calculations and go back. Or try to figure out, remove the coconut oil because it's lighter than more whiter than the palm oil. And I've been doing soap for about 10 years now. So even though I've been doing it for a long time, I still look at my little cheat sheet because sometimes I might get a mental block and can't remember. Oops, I'm at 1 pound so far. So I'm doing 2 pounds, 3 ounces. Then after I measure out all my soaps, I have to make some chocolate covered strawberries. Today is my favorite sister cousin's birthday. Well, her birthday was Thursday, but she's having a little dinner today. Just family. Well, I don't know why I said just family, because we have a big family. Everybody's been vaccinated, so we haven't done it in 2 years, and we have a good time. When all the family the whole family gets together, probably twice a year. That's enough for any family. Because looking at my family, always the same arguments. Who's the best rapper, best football player, best football team, all that nonsense. Best R&B singer, who can't sing, who's auto-tuned, the worst movies, worst actors ever. And of course, they all would like to argue with me because there's some movies that I did not like, and I know a lot of people love them, and I couldn't stand them. And that was Love Jones and Love and Basketball. Don't ask me why I did not like them, but I didn't. To each his own. That's how I look at it. To each his own. To me, it was the atypical movie. I don't know. I don't think the acting was the best. And you know some of these actors, they be getting in on family. When your family is a family member, is a producer, whatever, sometimes it's a little easier for you to break in, but it wasn't my cup of tea. I'll put it that way. So I don't want nobody giving me bad reviews because I didn't loving basketball and love Jones. Don't get me wrong, I love whatever his name is, Lorenzo Tate. And I love Nia Long, but it just wasn't my cup of tea, put it that way. So I'm still measuring out this coconut oil. I'm trying to get, I should have took these lids off first, but I thought I was going to have enough. And I'm doing this because I am running out of, I make Irish Spring soap. And I just started making it. And it's starting to be a #1 seller. And I have some other soap that I make all the time that always runs out. My Calendula Soap, that was the first time I made it. It was a request of my friend. And I only did a small batch. And sent it to her, a few bars. She was actually a tester, even though she asked for it. Because when I make certain soaps or a new batch of soap, I do have people try my soaps out of all skin types, nationalities, color, race, or whatever you want to call it. I just don't make soaps and send it out. And sell them. I do have them tested first. So I have 2 ambassadors that post my stuff and get sales from me. So they do get freebies. They do test. I try to buy all my ingredients within the United States. I use conflict-free. Too much coconut oil. So I have to take some out. I use conflict-free. I'm going to take out a whole ounce because I'm going to put some cocoa butter in here that makes for a harder bar. Some people use stearic acid, things of that nature, but I don't want a waxy feeling to it. I use conflict-free. My shea butter that I use, the money is resourced from the African country, with Ghana and those places. And the money do actually go back in the village. They do post a lot of this stuff where the women are working, they're incorporated, they're making money. So that's always a good thing. So now I'm going to add my shea butter. My shea butter will be 5.4 ounces. And I'm using yellow shea because I want to get rid of it. Because this will be my calendula soap anyway, so it doesn't matter. A lot of times if you want to add different colors to your soap, you want to stick with your plain white original shea butter. So this goes in, and this is 5.4 ounces. And I don't just make soaps. I do sugar scrubs, I do body butters, and those are all upon request because I don't like them to sit on the shelf. So they're all upon request. Not unless I'm doing a big event, so I will make a few of them to sell. I also make candles. I make candles. I do lotion candles. I do deodorants. There's quite a few things that I make. Spices. I do spices. I do it all. And I'm going to do a line of tea. I'm researching what type of tea that I want to do. So I also make yoni kits as well. And so I did the 5.4 ounces of shea butter. Shea butter. And now I'll just have to add my olive oil. And like I say, when I'm ready to make the soap, I will add my lye water. So this batch would call for 36.23 ounces of distilled water. And I use distilled water because it doesn't have any impurities in it. You can use water out your faucet, but I don't because I don't know what's in it. If I do, I will boil it first and let it cool before I use it. But most of the time, I just go to the store, bottle of distilled water. Used to be $1. Now it's $1.25, but still, you get a gallon. So, and then the lye is 16.5 ounces of lye. So let me add my other ingredients. I said my cocoa butter. 1 second. Okay, I discounted the soap about 3 ounces. So I'm going to add my cocoa butter in here. And I like the cocoa butter. It makes for a creamy, bubbly soap. And it also makes for a harder bar. So I'm going to add my cocoa butter in here. It smells so good. Woo, chocolatey. Whoops. Waste not, want not. Because I noticed with this, after this pandemic, and a lot of people are making things at home, they have gotten ridiculous with the cost of things. So I tried to use my handy dandy scraper and get every essence out of it. So this is all completed. The lid will go on until I'm ready to make my, oh, I need to add my olive oil. Almost forgot. I need 38 ounces of olive oil. So I'm going to switch this over from pounds to ounces. And then, like I say, 38.4. And I normally do a fast pour, and when I get close to the amount that I need, I kind of pour it in a little slow. Like I said, you can put in, but you can't take out. I normally put this in a separate container, and then pour it in, but I'm going to do it this way. Less things to clean up. $38.4. 1, 2, 3. There you go. So there you have it. This is how I do my soaps. Sometimes I make bigger batches than that. I have a big pot. That's when I do my master batching. So in that way, I have all my oils and stuff already melted. All I have to do is measure out my lye water. When you do a master batch, what you do is you add all your oils and your ingredients together. Then you get your lye ratio that way. So here's my oils. And let me see if I can turn this around so you guys can see it. And here you go. All my goodness that will make soap. And this, like I say, is coconut oil, olive oil, palm oil, shea butter, cocoa butter. And then when I'm ready to make the soap, I will add my distilled water with the lye in it. You let it cool. Of course, I got to melt all these down. Or you can do a hot pour. You can pour the hot lye over top of it, over the hard butters. And then once you pour it melted, you add your olive oil, and that helps cool it down, and you can start making soap. But it takes so long to mix it up like that. I did it once before, and it just took forever for me to keep stirring and getting all that stuff out. I said, well, I'll just put it on the stove and warm it up like normal. So here you go. Thanks for watching. Toodles.